Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Abuja. It's beautiful to be on your TV show this morning. This is Agriculture for Today and Tomorrow, where we promote smart solutions for greener harvest. I remain Daniel Black, your host, and remember, this is a Media for Agricultural Development Program of GSAI. And we have been carrying on a series of highlight on cash crops in Nigeria, most staple crops in Nigeria, and how we are able to identify the different value chains, the different byproducts that can be made from these crops. You see, we are on a war against exportation of our raw materials. It is unfortunate that even our crude oil is exported as a raw material with very minimal, little percentage of it being refined. And we have identified the fact that these our raw materials, when exported, come back to us in higher prices, come back to us at different commodities that we sell at higher prices. And these are things that naturally we should be able to produce here. So today we'll be continuing on that series, and we will be throwing some spotlight on cashew. Cashew is a crop that, in fact, when I came to Abuja newly, I saw cashew. Cashew was, because previously where I was, cashew was not down south. Cashew did not really grow in my environment. It's something that in fact, I only knew the nuts, the already fried nuts. That was the cashew that I knew. So it was more like it was supposed to be some big deal. But I came into Abuja, and cashew grows like wheat. Almost on every land in Abuja there is cashew. And then I got to find out that down south in Cross River there is cashew. Cashew is a crop that grows easily without stress. You can have a full cashew orchard without planting one seed, because every year the seeds are propagating themselves. Every year it is growing. If you cut down a cashew tree without totally uprooting and cutting down, severing all the roots, you find out that your cashew will sprout out in less than 3-6 months. You would have a full cashew tree. So, and one gets to wonder, why is Nigeria not milking cash out of cashew? If it is something that is growing everywhere, anywhere, anyhow, why are we not, for the abundant benefits of cashew, why are we not making use of it? So if you go to places like Okene, like Kaba, Ida, and Lokoja in Kogi State, you will find cashew in abundant quantity. If you go to places like Usuka and Udi in Enugu State down south, cashew is propagated in much quantity. And mind you, I stand to be corrected, and of course it will be very, very few. Most of these cashew are naturally expressed. Most of them are not cashews that people have said, I took my time to plant. Most of them are naturally expressed, and you find them so much. If you're passing through they call it the snake road. If you're coming in from Enugu towards and going down south, or yes, you're going to Lagos from Enugu, or either way, you pass through the snake road. Cashew is in abundance. It's a forest of cashews. You go to Ogbomosho, Ishere, Shaki, those places in Oyo State, you find cashew in large quantities. Now, these are locations where there is cashew in large quantities. So, by the time we start highlighting the benefits, the byproducts you can produce from cashew, you can know where to go find them. In Anambra State, you find them in Ogbaru, in Orumba. In Kwara State, you can find them in Ilorin, in Ofa, in Omuara. Sorry, I may not be pronouncing it well, but at least you get the idea. In Benue State, of course, Makurdi and Otukpo. Yes, I've seen this one when you're traveling by road, Makurdi and Otukpo. In Otukpo, you definitely will get to see cashew. It's sold, it's available in abundance in those places. In Edo State, you have it in Benin City and the surrounding regions. Of course, in Cross River, you have Ikom and Obudu. In Ekiti State, Ado Ekiti and Ikere Ekiti, they have cashew in abundance. Ogun State, you have Abeokuta and Ijebu-Ode. So you can see that out of 37 states in Nigeria, 10 of them, and then this list does not carry Abuja. Abuja, where it is growing in abundance. Abuja, where if you hear a place they call forest, any garden that they call forest is made up of cashew trees. This list does not carry Abuja. So you find out that we have 10 out of 37 states producing cashew in abundant quantity. The question now rises, why are we not having so much companies come up to produce, to process, add value to the cashew, in the cashew industry? All right, so let's talk about some of the things that you can make from cashew. Now, so we are going to segment it into the different parts of the cashew. So let's see if you have the nuts. All right, what can be done from the nuts? We have the cashew kernels, the roasted cashew. This one is very popular. You see it in restaurants, you see it in supermarkets, even by the roadside, or when traveling by road, you get to find people hawking cashew, tied in leather bags, the roasted cashew. You have the flavored cashew. You have cashew butter. Butter can be made out of cashew. You have cashew flour. We know that this flour is very, very essential, and it comes as, of course, it comes as a hygienic and medical alternative to the current cashew. So cashew contains a whole lot of nutrients, a whole lot of flavonoids. It is a very, very healthy alternative. And once, if we can have people aggregating all these cashews and making cashew flour out of it, and then people that are medically challenged will of course go for this cashew, because the moment it's a flour, it can be made to used to produce confectionaries. It can be used to make swallow. It can be used to make a whole lot of things that flours are used to make. Of course, we have cashew cheese, and of course we have cashew milk. So cashew milk, for those that are lactose intolerant, there is a non-dairy milk used in beverages and cooking. And yes, of course, for our brothers and sisters that are vegetarians, you can always have milk. You can get your milk from cashew. So somebody can invest in non-animal fat milk production, and then go to one of these places, set up a factory, and produce milk from the cashew nut. You are able to produce milk from the raw cashew nut, and then of course sell it. You will have a whole lot of both for people that are medically challenged, people that have a hygiene issue, people that are trying to watch their weight and all of that. They would of course be a very, very major market for you. So moving on from the cashew nut, the apple itself, that edible part, that very soft and succulent part, the cashew, of course, you know that edible part can give us cashew juice. Cashew juice is a very, very strong antioxidant that is very, very rich in vitamin C, and can be like an organic source. So if you have cashew juice in your house, instead of buying the chemically produced vitamin C, you can have that as a supplement in your home, a very cold, beautiful drink of supplement. So you can have cashew apple jam made from the pulp. So you can make jam made from the pulp of the apple. Cashew wine, this goes beyond just the juice. You can express it the moment you begin to ferment it. You can have it in that at that level. So wine is the extra processing of the juice. You can also have cashew vinegar made through the fermentation process, and you can have cashew apple slices like snacks. It could be in form of flakes. It could come in any form. So you slice it, you preserve it, and then of course you can dehydrate it, and it's like a cashew flake. So these are various business options that private individuals, small businesses, you do not need multi-millionaires to set up these kind of plants. All you need to do is to locate a very, very highly quality and dependable raw materials availability. That is, so you set up close to any of these hubs that we have mentioned. Now the shell, the cashew shell, you know that the nut comes in a shell, right? And you have to break it to get to the main edible nut. So that shell is very, very useful. So we have cashew nut shell liquid extracted from the shell, and it's used in industrial applications such as resins, paints, coatings, and adhesives. It's also used for bioplastics and biofuels. It is an anti-termite and waterproofing material. That is the liquid gotten from the shell of cashew. Interesting. This is an anti-termite and anti-waterproofing liquid from cashew shell. Did you know that? So we have this in a whole lot, is wasting in abundance. Do we have people extracting and milking this from cashew that we have as an abundant crop in Nigeria? All right, so it can also be used, the shells can also be used as activated carbon. So when you burn the cashew shells, used in water purification and filtration system. Activated carbon, carbon char is also used in the farm to reduce acidity, to control soil pH on the farm, and of course support the soil nutrients with different macronutrients that are needed in the soil. So the cashew nut can also serve as an activated carbon. Do we have people aggregating and collecting these nuts and turning it into aggregated carbon, into activated carbon? And of course, there are other byproducts that are innovative. We have the cashew oil extracted from the nut for culinary and cosmetic use. We have animal feed, leftovers of cashews. Both the apple, the nut, and the shell can be used as animal feed. There is complaint about from farmers all over. Every poultry farmer is complaining of the rising cost of feed, of synthetic feed, of blended feed. Why are we not looking for this alternative? Why are we not going for this alternative? Why are we not able to have people that are bringing these things together and are in the market? We should be having alternative feed in the market. Alright, it can also serve as organic fertilizer. Of course, it's a plant, it's a crop, and then it can serve as organic fertilizer. Once decomposed, can be used in the farm. So cashew processing can yield high value products for both consumption and industrial applications, making it a lucrative option for agro-industrial ventures. Yeah, so basically that is what we'll be taking today on the show. Highlights on cashew, showing you what cashew can be used for, especially being a major product in the Nigerian ecosystem. It is something that grows effortlessly. Thank you so much for being on the show. I hope I've inspired somebody. I hope we've been able to to give someone an idea on how to invest, on how to come in, on how to set up a business in the agricultural space. See you in the next episode. Follow us on social media. If you have other uses of cashew that has not been mentioned in this show, you can put it on social media. You go through our social media at GSAI. That's Growth for Sustainable Agriculture Initiative. So that's the short form, at GSA Initiative. On Facebook, on LinkedIn, on IG, and of course on YouTube. You can follow us there. Continue the conversation about this. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.